Okay, today we're going to set up Ollama on a desktop with 128 gig of RAM and using AMD GPUs. We're going to use 9060s and 9070s, and we're running Windows. So that's a little bit of a trick. Linux is preferred for running most of the AI applications, but let's go ahead and we have to set up to use Vulkan in this scenario. Um, Rocm really isn't supported for these cards yet. You can get some versions that are out there on the internet that will support either the 9060 or the 9070, but not both. But Llama now supports Vulkan, and so that's supported by practically every graphics card. Um, but if you were using NVIDIA, you'd want to use CUDA. Um, but anyways, let's take a look at the environment variables we have to set up. And also where you get Ollama. You can get Ollama and you can download it for Windows from the Ollama.com download. And it's a pretty easy installer. And then it's controlled by some environment variables. In this case, we're going to use Ollama Vulkan, and that's a new optional setting. By default, it's off. And then we're going to also want to turn off the use of Rocm, but it's not being used, so you don't really have to. But if you want to be explicit about it, you can turn off the hip visible -1. But we're going to be using all 4 cards, and let's use a bigger model. Okay. Okay, what we're going to use. We're going to use GTP OS. It's the Chat GTP model. It's the public version, and it's the 120B. Okay, and it's loaded into the various cards, and it's kind of it's using all of them a little bit, and it's using some CPU because it wouldn't all fit. So Ollama PS will show you that 91% is in the GPU, 9% being used by the CPU. That's why we have a fair amount of CPU activity. Like I said, this is the 120B, so it's a fairly beefy model. And we get just under 20 tokens per second. So that's not bad. And this is, like I said, the 9060 XTs you can get for under $400, 16 gig. The 9070s are a little bit more. Well, thank you for your attention, and have a great day.